just looking for a blue that I have enough of that I can do. Hi! How are we all? Are we good? I hope so. I'm gonna do this nice blue. 133. I don't often show the color numbers because I don't often do them. I don't often have them. I think you're in the wrong live, babe. I'm not clear what you guys are talking about. Right. So today we're going to do weaving. I'm going to fill up this one right here. Okay. So with weaving, we're going to do over, under until we fill it all up. Okay. So let's just get everything sorted and then we'll get started. Yeah? So with weaving, you can make this really tightly closed woven together, or you can make it a more open weave where you can see the fabric behind. So in mine, I've put it more closed only because I've got an open one on the bottom and I've got an open one on the top. So I kind of want to fill in this whole space like as much as I can with like a more solid kind of stitch. But obviously feel free to put the weaving wherever you would like to, other than the little thin ones. Yeah, we want to try and keep those clear for other things. So first we're going to put in the vertical stitches. They're just going to be stitches that are like this, up and down. Okay, we want to have them parallel to each other, so we don't want them like this, and then like that, and then like that again. You want to try and have them parallel. But as far as how far apart they should be, it doesn't really matter that much, okay? If you want an open weave, you will decide that when we do our horizontal stitches. And then you'll be able to tell kind of how open or closed that you want it to be. So I do have my example here, so you can kind of see what I mean. So I've got these here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just focus on that. And then when I did my horizontal ones, I made them very close together so you can barely see. Like I could really like pile a lot more in there, like push it down, you know, and really pile a lot more in. And then these are just going to go all along here until I run out of space. And when I can't do it anymore, then we're going to put it down. And that will give you a nice kind of shape there to that section. Okay, if you want to see the fabric in between each one, you'll just make these horizontal ones farther apart. Now, typically we do an over, under, or under, over, alternating every other one. But you can also do like 2 threads at a time. So you can do 2. So imagine that you did 2 over, under, and then the next one was under, over. So each of these right here was a little bit thicker. So 2 threads. So you go kind of one pass, and then you do the next pass exactly the same, so that it doesn't alternate each other one. Hopefully that makes sense. Who knows? Who knows? Normally I've got all my little samples here, but not today. I think that person has left. Thank goodness. Because we really didn't need that, did we? We did like the basket stitchalong, and that was like that. So here's the heart one. So you can see I had it a lot more open, and you can see the fabric behind. Also, I've used 2 different colors for this one, so you don't have to use the same color for both. Okay, we're only doing weaving today because it does take a bit of time. So please don't feel like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do today. You really don't, because there's really not a lot. It's just the same thing over and over and over and over. Okay, let's do our vertical stitches. Okay, I'm gonna do like this. literally just however far apart you want them. We just want to try and have them be parallel. Yeah, I think that person was in the wrong chat with his I love you. XXX, I love you. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Lots of people do so many cool things with weaving. So please don't think you have to do just one strand over and under the whole time. Just like with some of the other ones, you can make it look interesting by doing 2 rows of over, 2 rows of under. It makes it look a little bit thicker and chunkier. Or you can do them spaced out a little bit more. It's completely how you want it. Also, if you make some of these a little bit wider or a little bit closer together, whoa, rejected, then it's not a big deal. So please, please, please don't stress out, okay? We're just following the shape. David's gone for a walk with Jessie, so I've got the monitor up here. But knock on wood, they've been good. We had Miles's school orientation today, where you just go and like, they just give you a packet of forms to fill out basically. But I'm like, how? Surely he's only a baby. Surely, right? Like, right? Crazy. Time flies. So hopefully everyone had a good weekend and got caught up a little bit with their stitching. Not caught off, just caught up. Yeah, I don't really have much else to report. I feel like the weekend was really busy. We're packing for... I knew it. Did you see me feel it for a knot back there? And I was like, no, it's fine. And then I was like, hold on. Normally it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but with the weaving, it is going to take like a lot of thread. So please pick a color that you've got a lot of, or pick more than one color. And you could do like a mix. That's okay too. It doesn't all have to be the same color, okay? Okay, and then we'll do one more up here, I think. So really just 2 things to think about here. We're just making sure that our outside shape, okay, is really nice. And we need to think about our over-under, because you need to do the opposite on the next row. Or you can do a set of 2, okay? Or you can do with 6, kind of 2 sets of 6 strands, so it's 12 at a time. That'll make it look thicker as well. So obviously I'm just going to do just the 6, just to show you. And what I like to do is try and find one that goes straight across. Now I will zoom in so you can see the over and under and stuff. But I like to start one that's like nice and straight across. So it's like a 90-degree angle, okay? The other thing that you could do is start all the way at the top, like this, and try and make one that goes all the way down, like that. Okay? So it depends on kind of how you want it to look. This one here, yeah, I've got some that come here, and then go all the way here and go there. So there's not really a 90-degree angle here. It's more kind of following it like a wave. Okay, so think about if you want it to be just straight across, okay, like this. You know what I mean? Like you'll be able to see that it's straight across. Or if you want to have something that's a little bit more flowing. If you want to have the flowing one, that is totally fine, but it will be a little bit more finicky because you're going to have to really kind of push threads down and push threads up to have it be that kind of wavy look. Also notice I ended straight here, and in the pattern it kind of goes down. So if you want to just kind of carry on a little bit to make it straight, because it'll be way easier, you can do that as well. Okay? And what I mean is this line right here. If you wanted to kind of like that, you can do that if you want to. Or you can make it how the pattern is. Okay? So think about how you want it to look. Do you want it to be straight across, filled in, nothing wrong with that? Or do you want it to be more flowing? Okay? So we'll start here, kind of here maybe, and we'll try and do another kind of flowy one so you can see what it's like. So all we're going to do here is we're going to go either over or under. You can start it whichever way you want to. And you're going to do that pattern throughout the entire thing. I also like to switch to my blunt needle because I always poke myself in the finger when I do weaving. Every flippin' time I do it. I don't know what is the deal, but it's like my brain can't compute. So I'm changing to this one, okay? So I'm going to start with under, and then you're going to go over the next one, and then under, and then over, and then under. And just do a couple, okay, at a time. You don't have to do under one, pull it all through. Over one, pull it all through. You know what I mean? You don't have to do it one by one. You can do just a couple at a time, as long as you're good at keeping track of where you are, okay? And what I mean by that is you need to realize where your over is and your under is. So this one is obviously under this one, so we're going to go over next, okay? We've got over here, yeah, then under, so we're doing over next. So as long as you kind of keep track, you can kind of do quite a few at the same time. And the reason for that is because we're going to cover up all of these spokes, okay, which is kind of what the vertical ones are going to be. So when you do the opposite way on the next go, what you're going to end up doing is covering that up. Do you see really closely there? Sorry about my cuticles. Yeah? So just focus on like this one and this one. So we're going to end up covering that spoke up. So as they're all kind of smashed together, it will kind of cover them up. It will give you that kind of wavy look. Do you see? Obviously you can still see them because I can still add some to the top. I just haven't. But if they're all smashed together like that, you can't see them. Now if you want to do over two and under two, and so two at the same time, which means my next row would be exactly the same as this one. So where there's an over, you will keep the over. Oops, let's focus. There we go. So in some of it, you keep the over. So you've got the two strands, the two rows that are exactly the same, okay? It makes it so you will be able to see the spokes a little bit. But if you kind of really cram them in there, it should be all right. But it makes them have a different kind of look to it, okay? So just really quickly, I'm just going to see if I can find the basket of flowers Stitchalong, because I know all of my samples are right here, and I know, oopsies, I hope those are patterns. These are definitely samples then. I know I put it in here. Not that one. Okay, but here's one. So So it's not the basket one I was thinking about, but that is another basket one. Do you see? Okay, so I'm just gonna give up that basket one. Here's another basket one I did. Oh, is it that it? No, that's a different one. That's just an alternating satin stitch. Sorry. I was thinking of the wrong ones, but I've given you two really good examples here because this is like a regular, this one was the bike. That was the first stitch along that we did. This one is the bike, and I laid them out so that they're nice and flat. The goal was not to hide the spokes. It's just to have a crisscrossing one. And this one, I've done two. Do you see how it looks different? Nice and flat like that. So it will change when you do it a different way, okay? And that's okay. That's all right. So think of the way that you want to do it and do it that way. Yeah? Seems a bit like, obviously, Tori, obviously. But there are lots of different ways that you can do weaving, and none of them are wrong. So, yeah, do it how you want to. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye! Imagine. So I'm going to put mine quite close together. And I think I'm going to do mine... Maybe I'll do two, just to show you guys what it looks like. I think it'll be a little bit harder to do with two because you have to keep pushing them here and there and everywhere. You know, like when your brain is... I don't think I can do it, guys. Because I want to do every other one. And my brain's not making me... It's not letting me do that. I keep looking at it going every other one. Under, over, under, over. I'll just do it the regular way. And then you guys can see it in the sample, you know? But which way are you going to do? Which way do you reckon that you're going to... I'm so bad with my left hand. Oh my goodness. I'd almost convinced myself that I did it the wrong way. Now this is going to be one of those if you do it this way with the, you know, you will be doing this a lot, smashing them together. Yeah? Whereas if you just did it straight across, it'd be really easy to kind of see where you're going and where you're coming. But yeah, we're only doing the one today, so you've got enough time to kind of sort it out and see how you feel. Also, once you have more threads in, it's way easier to see what you're doing and how many you need, meaning like how many more rows. Like, do I need to do 3 more rows, or do I need to do 10 more rows, or like how many? I almost feel like I could just turn it the other way and it'd be way faster. I just alternate it. Now some stitches are really great on the hoop stand, and it's really great to show it on the hoop stand, but this is not one of them. I'm always so irritated when I have to do weaving or woven wagon wheels on the hoop stand because I just want to turn them around. Do you know what I mean? I just want to turn them, move the hoop around. It's so much easier when you're able to do that. I think weaving is so like therapeutic though, because it's like after you get it, you don't really have to think about it a lot. Oh, I think they're already back from their dog walk. So obviously I won't do the whole thing because I'll be here for like 27 years. But this is the idea. You're doing over, under, over, under. Or under, over, under, over. It doesn't matter which one you start with. The next row, you're just going to alternate. Now, the other thing is that you can put these straight stitches that I did closer together, and you'll get something that's more like, one second, you'll get something that's more like this one, okay, when they're closer together. When they're farther apart, they kind of disappear a little bit better. So there's no right, there's no wrong, there's no, you have to do it like this. I only did it this way because of it's supposed to be like a wave in an ocean, and it's just a bit flowy this way. Now down here at the bottom, if you run out, okay, so I've just filled up the spoke. I can't go under that again. All you're going to do, because you need to put it up again right below it so that you can go over this one, we want to keep the shape, okay? So try and get it like just the next bit down, yeah, where it would lay naturally. Ooh, where are you? There we go. And then we can continue with our pattern, okay? So you want to really keep the shape of your area in mind, and that's the same as if you do it in this section or the bottom section or the top section, wherever you decide to put it, because I know some people have been putting them in different places, which is totally fine, and I told you that you could, so please do not be like, oh my gosh, I'm being told off on the video. You're not, okay? It's just that, keep that in mind when you are filling in your shape, is that it's not just about the stitch, you also need to fill the shape in, okay? I want to try and keep it so that they kind of all go together. Look how nice that's looking already. Now, if you've got a lighter color, you're going to see this very, very clearly. Because the light colored threads, they always show every single stitch. They'll also show you if you've messed up. So if you're one of those people that sees it and you're like, oh my gosh, or the cross stitching, when they have all of them like this and then one of them is like this, if you can pick that out really clearly, then you'll definitely see if you've missed a spoke, or if you've done the same one twice, like if you've gone over on the top row but also over on the next row down, you'll be able to pick it out really easy. Okay, I'm going to go back one more time, and that's going to be it, because I know this is going to take you guys a long time, and I don't want to, it's not really a super exciting stitch to be watching over and over and over. But saying that, you can do a lot with it, okay? So yeah, try and put them closer together, put them farther apart. If you want to do it like I did, you're going to keep smashing them together, okay? So top and bottom, you want to smash them together so that they kind of flow with this kind of wave of the ocean, I suppose. Okay. So there we are. That one does not want to lay down. So there we are. And then I'll keep doing that until I filled up all the sections. So as we work down, your stitches will get shorter on this side, like I've done, because obviously I've ran out of spokes here, so I've had to put it down on the line. Then as I run out of space here, I will start putting it down on the line up here to fill that in and make sure that, where's my sample? That as we're going up, yeah, your stitches are going up with it. Okay, so for this one, I've started here and I've just done that little bit, yeah, then back up again and just done that little bit. So follow the line, yeah, to fill in your shape. So there we go. That's it for me today. We're having a short one. Took me ages to explain it, so I don't know why I said it short, but that's what we've got. Well, there we are. Enjoy, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? I can't believe it's the last week. Like, it's the last week. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.